we're here in Cherry Avenue, Swords, where one of the residents here was going to talk to us. Mick, I just asked you, you've been out protesting since last week, since we last seen you.
Yeah.
How are things going now in Swords?
It's got better with more estates. We're getting in, there's more and more people coming out. As you see in this estate, it's all residents that's been here. They asked for our support the first few days, so there's no one come out.
And Irish Water, have Irish Water contacted been threatening people in your sites?
There has been little things being said between each. Most of them I've come across have been alright, they have to stay out of it now, but they have ringed the guards. There was an incident in Holywell today where there was 2 women protesters and the guards forced to be removed, and 2 male guards forced to be removed and put on forensic gloves and threatened to pepper spray them.
And the 2 guards, they were on the footpath when this happened?
They were on the footpath, sitting on the footpath.
They weren't
manhandling and dragging, they weren't breaking any laws. No laws.
And the 2 guards, are they locals?
They're locals, they're no residents and Swords.
And do you think now there's a change with the guards in enforcing?
There seems to be a bit of a dramatic change now. I don't know whether
why would you reckon that is?
I don't know, Dennis O'Brien might have gave some whiskey in the back door of Swords.
Or is it the fact that the local elections are now finished?
Well, that's another thing.
I've
seen my local Sinn Féin representatives that came to my door a few weeks before the elections and promised to be out helping us, and I spotted them there on Saturday and I pulled up and I asked him why weren't you out, and he acted as if he didn't know me, you know. So this is what we're getting from all political parties.
So it's basically just the community standing up for themselves, and they're getting no help from any political parties.
Nobody's helping us. They're standing together. They're saying they're helping us, they're coming putting out leaflets and stuff like that, but they're not on the ground like the residents are on the ground.
Do you think this will go on as a long thing, as it's going to be short term?
This will go on as long as it takes. Go on, and the more they throw this, the guards throwing this, the more it's making the people stronger, the more it's making us willing to stand together, and the more people are coming out when they're seeing the reaction of the guards, the reaction of what's happening with Irish Water. Irish Water doesn't care about me, you or anybody else.
So on the news today that Irish Water now have changed the agreement of 30,000 litres free. It's being dropped, so I think 20,000.
That's right, and 38,000 litre allowance that's promised to every child that's under 18, they're already saying, oh, that's too much, we're cutting that as well. And the government are actually standing back saying, hang on a minute, Irish Water seem to be doing all the dictating. So Brian basically is telling them what to do.
But you think yourself being out here today will make a change?
No doubt that every single person that comes out can make a difference. I've seen in areas where there's only 1 or 2 residents come out and they've stopped it. All you need to do is follow that saw, follow that digger, and you can stop it. Anybody can do it.
That's great. Thank you. What you said? I'm not going anywhere. I'm here for the day. Where are we? We're in here. We're from Dublin, yeah.
You're from Dublin, yeah. Where are you from yourself, sir? Donegal.
Okay, don't set your sign foot up just for use it again. Okay, now I want to make you aware you are in breach.
This is a public path, okay?
No, it's not.
This is public property.
No,
this is public path, okay?
This is clearly defined as a work area. I want to remind you.
Show me your identification, please. Can I see your identification, please?
I can't see my identification.
I want to see what you are, please.
The Water Section Act, the Water Services Act 2013, Section 12, you are in breach of the law, and at some point, and you are being video recorded at this point in time, and you have been video recorded being told. So at some point in the future, we may take you to court.
Go for it. Sometime in the future.
But we may well be.
Until they change the law. Until they change the law. It's not an offence.
No, it is an offence. Read Section 12.
If I would have been arrested, yeah.
No, you wouldn't have been arrested.
He would have been.
You would have been.
Maybe we would.
But the video evidence can be used at any time. So I just want you to be aware of that. You're in breach of 2 sets of law.
Assaulted by Irish Water workers.
You haven't been assaulted by anyone.
People have been assaulted by Irish Water
workers. Have you been assaulted?
I have, yeah.
Okay. Well, have you made a complaint to the police?
I have, yeah.
Okay, well then that's okay. Well, it wasn't me that assaulted you, was
I
it?
didn't say it was you who
No,
assaulted
that's
me.
okay. Well, that was no point telling me. But I am telling you that you are in breach.
You're telling me, excuse me, I'll tell you, I'm going to say something to you now.
What are you going to say to me?
You are telling me, you are advising me, you're not telling me, is that okay?
No, I am telling you.
No, I'm not taking that as well. You are advising me. No, you're advising me.
We now have video evidence of you breaching insurance, and we also have...
We have video evidence as well. I am standing on a public path.
No, you're not.
Okay.
It is a defined
You're telling me
work
that is
area.
not a public path.
No, it is a defined work area. We have provided you with an alternative to travel, so therefore you're in breach.
Alternative travel where?
Up and down passenger gate road.
Where's your alternative to travel?
It's out there. There's a walkway out there.
There's a walkway. Where's your showing the walkway is, please? That's a road. That's a road. Hey, I'm
not getting away with anything. But neither are you, though, in the long term. Just be aware of that.
It's not you're making, is it? It's not you're making.
Where is it trying to make it?
I'm telling you, in the long term,
You're making a threat.
I reserve the right to prosecute you under health and safety
You're making
laws.
threats, sir. You're making threats.
I'm making a promise. It's what I
It's a
do.
promise. It's a threat you're making. No. It's a threat.
Yes, but you have to name me.
Okay, we're here with Derek Bowen from Dublin Says No. Derek's been at the forefront of the water protests, which have been going on for the last 11 weeks. So I asked Derek, how are things going out there with the water protests?
Well, they've done exactly what I expected them to do. This all began down on Watermill Drive in Raheny. One resident, one house who called for support. People came from all over North Dublin to stand with her. And from there it spread down into Edenmore, and we've seen what's gone on in Edenmore, where we've held them back, pushed them out, and they moved on to another area. We went down and pushed them out of that area, and now it's spread across the country. You're talking, it's in Cork, Carlow, Roscommon, Mullingar. It's everywhere now. And it's going to keep growing, and eventually the government are going to have to sit back and listen to the people in this country.
So what's sort of support have you been getting from the communities that have been protesting in? Are people coming out and protesting with you against these meters from going in?
There's plenty of them coming out, but there's people that can come out, but there's also the few there that, you know, they're still listening to the government propaganda machine, where they're basically bullying them, or they want the meter because they don't want to get an assessed charge. They're going to get an assessed charge anyway, because they haven't even decided on the unit cost of water, so you can't charge someone. And there's not enough meters in, because in North Dublin alone they've gotten nothing in, because we've seen what's happened in the last 11 weeks in North Dublin, and the likes of Edenmore, where they're lucky as they got 3 meters in, and this is going on everywhere now. There's not enough meters out there for them to give itemised bills to people, and it's a waste of time, and it's just another scare tactic by people to scare people into paying up. But there's enough people out there, if you go by the stories going on now, that these bills are going to be returned back to Irish Water, the same way it was done the last time when they tried to bring out water charges in this country.
Now, Irish Water, their workers have been attacking people in some estates. Have you actually been to any states where people have been assaulted?
I've been to nearly every estate where people have been assaulted, and it's mainly women. Now we've had down in Tonagee Drive, we had Austin, who's in a wheelchair, who they swung the arm of a digger into him, knocking him out of the wheelchair, and he took a fit. And where the guards stood there looking at him, and when the guards are asked to call an ambulance for Austin, 10 guard in, they all replied they hadn't got a phone. Now we had a woman out there in Canberra last week who one of the walkers was pulling at the barrier to prevent her getting in behind her, pushed her, she fell to the ground and he fell on top of her. And so what she was taken off in an ambulance. Now myself, I've had a van driven into me where one of the walkers had a high-vis vest over his head. The guards didn't really want to know about that. They were saying, it's not a major crime. One of the walkers tried to break my foot, where he slammed the shovel down onto my foot, where the picture was put up online to show you can see the indentation of the shovel in my foot. Now we've had down in Woodbine Road with another woman, Teresa Kelly, who they threw a barrier at her. She fell back and broke her arm. With women down in Cork assaulted. It seems to be that these walkers, they don't understand that people are going to protest about this and they're reacting.
And have any of the workers that have been assaulted, have any of them been charged by the guards?
There's none being charged. Now, I know one Austin, who was knocked over by the digger, went down to Coolock Guard Station today to press charges of assault. So I'm waiting to hear back from Austin and we see how that goes, but I don't hold out any hope for.
Do you think the guards have taken aside the Irish water?
The guards are doing in Dublin what they've done in Rossport, and we've seen what's played out in Rossport, where the Gardaí have now become the political police force of Shell, who are now Topaz, which is now owned by, ironically enough, Dennis O'Brien. Dennis O'Brien, who owns Sliceware, GMC Sierra, and we've seen the same thing happen last week in Edenmore, where 10 Gardaí came into a peaceful protest. Now, they actually done us a favour by doing that, because the media had ignored the protests since day one. All they did was they brought the media back in on top of the story, and that got the word out across the country again that there is still protests going on, because there's a media in this country. Because the media, which is owned mainly by Dennis O'Brien, and RT, which is controlled by the government.
Okay, one last question I'll ask. How long do you think these protests will go on? Can you see them going on pretty long?
I'll be gathering pace now.
Do you think Irish Water can keep sending the bodies to cover the work and they're not getting the meters in?
They think they can, but at the end of the day, every day we're building support. Like this estate they're in right now, if you look around, there's only a couple of showers done. We removed Irish Water from this estate within 15 minutes. They were given a choice: leave or we block it. There's only one way in, there's only one way out. We'll keep the vehicles here indefinitely. And we don't even have to block the road. Just one car on either side of the road, they can't get their trucks out. The cars will be legally parked. There's nothing the Gardaí can do about it. They'll be just stuck here.
So do you think you're getting bigger support in council estates than you are in the private estates, where the people are very aggressive and elderly people?
It just depends on where you go. You know, there's still the few that are still terrified of, because of all the bullying, the likes of Phil Hogan. You know, they're terrified. They don't want the meters. That's the one thing. They don't want meters. They don't want to pay for water charges. But they're terrified of this assessed bills. And at the end of the day, there's going to be. All you have to do is continue to fight back like the rest of the country. Grow a set, and you'll be fine. Because there's enough people in this country to fight back. Because it's not just 10 people. There's thousands now across the country fighting back. And we have a great case down the country where the guy has posted his video where he prevented Irish Water from installing the meter. He parked his van over. They had to dig a hole out in the road and tunnel into his garden to install the meter. As soon as they installed the meter, he disconnected it. He's made a video of him taking the meter out. He's posted the meter back to Irish Water with a bill for services rendered. video was released tonight on the internet. It's fine. Stuff like that. It's giving people the heart to continue the fight. They see people doing stuff like this. Now, what we're going to have now, like stopping the beers, is just the first day of this protest. It's going to grow and it's going to change. They'll change tactics, and so will we. And we see back to the video against water in this country, and you've seen how that went, where there were people taking the court and they fought and eventually they getting caved in, and was given them the notion of, they keep saying that they have water charges in Europe, we don't have them. We do have water charges in this country, because when that protest finished, the government put 5% on the car tax and 2% onto the VAT rate to cover the cost of this country. So every time the VAT rate was increased or the car tax was increased, there was more money came in. But the problem is in this country is and the likes of Orange Water have already said we won't get any voice fix for 10 years. You can serve water and bills are going to rise. So it's nothing but a money making exercise just to build a company to privatise it, because under European laws it's going to have to be privatised because the government can't have a monopoly.
Okay, Derek, appreciate the interview.
No problem.
Thank you.